Hey guys, welcome to Shower Talks. Let me start off by saying we got some good news and we have some bad news. And I'm the type of person that likes to get the bad part over with first, so let me hit you with that. Bad news is we're not going here for cross country camp next year. The good news is Tipp City has a new course to run the 2 mile on. Okay, some of you might be rolling your eyes. But hey, it's 2020. You take what you can get. So, let's talk about the Tipp 2 mile this upcoming Saturday. Brand new course. Same place, Kyle Park, but you're not going to be running around soccer fields, dog parks, baseball fields, just out in the middle of nowhere in the open. This course, Coach Matthews and I had the opportunity to run this summer on one of your long runs. We ran down to Kyle Park and took a look at some of these new trails. Think of it a lot like Lang Estate at the bottom in the prairie. Lots of tall prairie grass, very wide paths. You're not going to see many spectators probably for most of the course as the start and the finish connects to the old course, just that wide open area out there. But 9/10 of this 2 mile, you're probably going to be without a whole lot of fans. Do like it. It's a nice change of pace. However, the strategy for this race is going to be a little different. Let's take what we have for a given. We know we're running against the same teams we ran against last week, and the week before, and the week before that, and next week. So you should have a pretty good idea of where you stand, who you typically run with from other teams and our own team. And so there's a nice familiarity with that. And we need to experiment. We're at the point of the season now where you need to start taking where you're at and try to extend that. But you don't do that without taking risks. If you're going to get better, you have to take some risks. This is a perfect meet, and typically we set it up, and this meet's usually in early October, so it's a few weeks early. But this meet is a meet we use to experiment, to push our bounds. You're going to go out at this meet. You're going to go out ridiculously fast and hold that as long as you can. Run with someone from another team that typically beats you. Go out with them, hold on, and if you blow up, you blow up. The coaching staff is not going to get on you for having a poor race, for not being able to finish. We don't care. We need you to test your limits. If you never test your limits, you're never going to know how good you can be. You need to know where that edge is. You need to know where that red line is in order to have some idea of where you're at, effort-wise in a given race. Many of you are afraid to push that limit because you don't know what could happen, or you're afraid of what could happen. You need to let that go this week. You need to test yourself so this will springboard to better results here in the coming weeks as late September rolls into October. So go after it. We're going to have a very productive and constructive warm-up. The coaches don't get to see you all the time warming up as other races are going on. I think this week the coaching staff is really going to be on you, probably warm up with you, be a lot more detail-oriented than we are in many meets, just because we're out coaching other teams, or if it's a home meet, we're everywhere, but team camp. So you're really going to have to pay attention to detail. Your warm-up's going to have to be more aggressive than what it typically is. You're at this point of the season now where you're plenty fit. I don't know why some of you are still holding back in terms of efforts and practices. You're not gonna fade. You're strong enough by now. You've put in the time and effort by now. You're aerobically as sound as just about you're going to get. It's time to get fast. This is the meet we're going to use to get fast. Even if you're not successful in terms of you run the time you want to run at the end of this race because you blow up with a half mile to go, okay, good. your body is going to respond to that in the coming weeks. Your body's going to say, hey, I know what you put me through last weekend. It's going to start making those physiological adaptations to get you through. The worst thing that could happen at the end of the day on Saturday when you cross the finish line, you say, man, I could have went faster. That's when you failed. Not if you blew up with a half mile to go and you just crawled to the finish line. We're looking more for that than we are for, ooh, you could really sprint the last 100 meters of that race because you left too much in the tank. Blow it up. That's what we want. Be prepared to go after it from the gun and go as hard as you can for as long as you can. And if you can make it 2 miles, okay. If you can't, okay. Just be ready to go. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks. Bye.